Most people, the moment they come into real money for the first time, a raise, a bonus, an inheritance, a business breakthrough, immediately upgrade the wrong things. The car, the wardrobe, the apartment, the vacations. They upgrade everything that is visible, everything that signals arrival, and everything that depreciates the moment the transaction clears. But the people who turn that first real money into lasting wealth, they upgrade something completely different. They upgrade the invisible things, the systems, the protection, the knowledge, and the infrastructure underneath their financial life that nobody at dinner will ever compliment them on, but that will quietly multiply everything they build from that point forward. Today, I am giving you the 9 things you should upgrade the moment real money hits your hands. And I promise you, the list is going to look different from what you are expecting. Welcome back. I am Warren, and on this channel, we build wealth the right way, not just the impressive way. If that is the approach you want, hit that like button right now, subscribe, and let us get into the 9 upgrades that actually matter. Before we go through the list, let me set the right frame for everything that follows. An upgrade, in the truest financial sense, is not something that makes your life look better to other people. It is something that makes your financial position more durable, more protected, more efficient, and more capable of growing over time. Some of what I am about to share will feel like traditional financial advice. Some of it will feel unexpected. All of it is genuinely more valuable than a new car. Upgrade number 1, your emergency fund. The very first upgrade when real money arrives is not glamorous and it is not exciting, but it is the one that makes every other financial decision you make safer and smarter from this point forward. A fully funded emergency fund means 3 to 6 months of your actual living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account, separate from your checking account, not invested in anything that can fluctuate in value, and accessible within 1 to 2 business days. Why is this the first upgrade? Because without it, every other financial decision you make is fragile. Your investments can be forced into liquidation at the wrong time. Your debt payoff plan can be derailed by an unexpected expense. Your monthly budget lives on a knife's edge where any single disruption becomes a crisis. With a fully funded emergency reserve, every other financial system in your life gains a layer of resilience it simply cannot have without it. In 2026, high-yield savings accounts at online banks are commonly offering 4 to 5% annual yields. Your emergency fund does not just sit there doing nothing. It earns while it waits. Fund this first, fund it completely, and never let it fall below 3 months of expenses regardless of how good the rest of your finances look. Upgrade number 2, your insurance coverage. This upgrade is the one most people skip entirely when money arrives, and it is the one that most consistently leads to financial catastrophe when it is missing. Insurance is the least interesting purchase you will ever make with money, and it is also one of the most important. Because the function of insurance is to protect everything else you are building from being wiped out by a single event. When your financial life was small, inadequate insurance was survivable. When your financial life starts growing, inadequate insurance is catastrophic. Review every insurance policy you currently hold: health, auto, home or renters, disability, and life, and honestly assess whether the coverage levels still reflect your actual financial exposure. Disability insurance deserves particular attention. Studies consistently show that working Americans are far more likely to experience a significant disability during their working years than to die prematurely. Yet far fewer people hold disability coverage than life insurance. Your ability to earn income is your most valuable financial asset during your working years. Protecting it with disability coverage is one of the highest leverage financial moves available to any earner, and most people never make it. Life insurance, if you have dependents who rely on your income, should be reviewed immediately when your financial situation changes. Term life insurance, not whole life, not indexed universal life, Just straightforward term coverage in the right amount for the right duration is typically the most cost-effective way to ensure the people who depend on you are protected regardless of what happens to you. Upgrade number 3. Your retirement contribution rate. When money arrives, the single highest leverage ongoing upgrade you can make is increasing the percentage of your income that flows into tax-advantaged retirement accounts, immediately, automatically, and before you adjust your lifestyle to reflect the new income. In 2026, the 401k contribution limit is $23,500 annually, with an additional $8,000 catch-up contribution available at 50 and above. The Roth IRA limit is $7,000 or $8,000 with catch-up. If you are not currently maxing these accounts, the arrival of meaningful money is the moment to close that gap, because every dollar that goes into a tax-advantaged account rather than into taxable spending compounds, not just through investment returns, but through the tax savings that accumulate alongside them. The specific mechanism matters here. Do not wait to see what is left over at the end of the month and contribute that. Increase your contribution rate the same week the money arrives, and let the system move the money before you have any opportunity to spend it on something else. Behavioral economics research is consistent on this point. Automatic, pre-committed contributions survive contact with real life in ways that voluntary end-of-month contributions almost never do. Upgrade number 4. Your estate plan. This is the upgrade that most people associate with old age and with wealth levels far above their own. And both of those associations are wrong. If you have assets, dependents, or specific wishes about what happens to your financial life if something happens to you, you need a basic estate plan. And the moment real money arrives is the moment that need becomes genuinely urgent. A complete basic estate plan includes a will specifying how your assets are distributed, updated beneficiary designations on every financial account and insurance policy, a durable power of attorney designating someone to manage your finances if you become incapacitated, and a healthcare directive specifying your medical wishes. These documents take a few hours with an estate attorney and a modest legal fee. Without them, the people you care most about may face months of legal complexity and significant cost at the worst possible moment in their lives. Beneficiary designations deserve specific emphasis. They supersede your will entirely, meaning if you named an ex-partner as beneficiary on a retirement account 15 years ago and never updated it, that person receives the account regardless of what your will says. Review and update every beneficiary designation the moment your financial situation changes. Every time. Upgrade number 5. Your financial knowledge. Money without financial literacy is a temporary condition. The people who build lasting wealth from an initial financial breakthrough are overwhelmingly the people who simultaneously invested in understanding how money actually works, how taxes function, how investments compound, how debt is properly managed, how insurance works, and how to evaluate financial products and advice critically. This upgrade does not require an expensive course or a financial degree. It requires consistent, deliberate exposure to high-quality financial education, books, credible channels, reputable financial media, over a sustained period. The return on this investment is not measured in a single transaction. It is measured in the cumulative quality of every financial decision you make for the rest of your life. Specifically in 2026, the financial landscape is complex enough that understanding basic tax strategy, investment vehicle selection, and the differences between financial products that serve your interests and those that primarily serve the interests of whoever is selling them is not optional knowledge for anyone managing meaningful money. The advisor who earns a commission on the product they recommend to you is not your enemy. But they are not a neutral party either. Financial education is what allows you to know the difference between advice that serves you and advice that primarily serves the person giving it. Upgrade number 6. Your debt structure. When money arrives, one of the most impactful and least visible upgrades you can make is a complete audit and restructuring of your existing debt. Not just paying it down, though that matters enormously for high-interest debt. But understanding the full picture of what you owe, at what rates, on what terms, and whether any of it can be improved. High-interest consumer debt, credit cards, personal loans, any balance above 8 or 9% interest should be attacked with urgency. Every dollar eliminated from a 20% credit card balance delivers a guaranteed 20% return with zero market risk. No investment reliably beats that on a risk-adjusted basis. Eliminating this category of debt should be, for lower interest debt like a mortgage or a low-rate auto loan, the calculus is different. Here, the question is not whether to eliminate the debt, but whether the money could produce better returns invested than it would saving in interest by paying down the loan. In most cases, for debt below 4 to 5%, the answer historically favors investing. But this is specific to your situation and your rate. The upgrade is not just paying or not paying. It is knowing the math and making the decision deliberately rather than by default or by emotion. Upgrade number 7, your financial systems and automation. One of the most powerful upgrades available to anyone with real money is making their financial plan run automatically, so that the right things happen with their money regardless of willpower, busyness, or fluctuating motivation. What does a fully automated financial system look like? It means savings transfer to a high-yield account the same day every paycheck lands. Retirement contributions are pre-committed and processed automatically before you see the paycheck. Investment contributions to a brokerage account move on a predetermined schedule. Bills are paid on autopay, so nothing is ever late. And a weekly or monthly calendar reminder triggers a brief net worth review. The value of this automation is not just convenience, it is behavioral protection. Every financial decision you automate is a decision you no longer have to make with willpower in a moment of temptation or fatigue. The wealthiest people's financial lives often look simple from the outside, not because they have simple finances, but because they have systematized the complex parts into automatic processes that require minimal ongoing attention. Build the system, then let the system run. Upgrade number 8, your professional circle. This upgrade sounds social rather than financial, and it absolutely is both. The quality of the professional relationships around you has a direct and documented impact on the quality of the financial opportunities that reach you, the quality of advice you receive, and the quality of decisions you make over time. Specifically, when real money arrives, it is worth being intentional about 3 professional relationships. A fee-only financial advisor, someone compensated directly by you rather than through commissions on products, is worth engaging to review your overall financial plan and identify blind spots. A tax professional, ideally a CPA with experience in your specific financial situation, can identify legitimate tax strategies that most people leave money on the table by not knowing. And a network of people who are doing interesting, ambitious things financially, building businesses, investing thoughtfully, thinking creatively about wealth, raises the floor of your own financial thinking in ways that are difficult to quantify, but consistently real. The financial conversations you are regularly part of shape your financial decisions more than most people realize. Upgrading those conversations by upgrading the people you have them with is one of the quietest and most powerful financial upgrades available. Upgrade number 9, your long-term financial goal clarity. This last upgrade is the one that makes all the others cohere. Money without a clear destination is money that drifts into lifestyle inflation, into reactive decisions, into whatever the social environment around you suggests is appropriate. Real financial power comes from having a specific, written, reviewed definition of what you are building toward. What does your financial freedom number actually look like? What is the net worth, the investment balance, the monthly passive income level that represents genuine financial independence for your specific life and lifestyle? When do you want to reach it? What rate of savings and investment is required to get there on that timeline? These are not questions most people have answered specifically, and the absence of specific answers is one of the primary reasons most people never reach the outcomes they vaguely want. When money arrives, the most valuable thing you can do with a few hours of your time is write down the answers to those questions. Not approximately, specifically, with numbers, timelines, and a plan that connects your current financial position to your target financial position through the decisions you will make between now and then. That clarity, the specific, honest, written version of where you are going, is the upgrade that every other upgrade on this list is serving. 9 upgrades. Your emergency fund, fully funded and fully protected. Your insurance coverage, reviewed and complete. Your retirement contribution rate, maximized and automated. Your estate plan, written and updated. Your financial education, treated as a lifelong ongoing investment. Your debt structure, audited and optimized. Your financial systems, automated so the plan runs regardless of willpower. Your professional circle, upgraded to include advisors and thinkers who make your financial decisions better. And your long-term goal clarity, written specifically and revisited regularly. None of these upgrades will get a compliment at a dinner party. None of them will appear in your social media feed. None of them signals arrival to anyone who sees your life from the outside, but every single one of them is a more powerful use of new money than anything that depreciates, trends, or performs. And 10 years from now, the people who upgraded these 9 things will look back at that decision as the one that made everything else possible. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 9 you are upgrading first. I read every single one. And if this gave you a real plan for the next time money arrives, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who just came into money and is about to spend it on the wrong things. I am Warren, and I will see you in the next one.